All right, welcome everybody. I want to thank you for tuning in to our channel, Top Networkers Group. We're live. By the time some of you watch this, it will be a recorded hangout. You know, Google's awesome for these tools, you guys. Thank you, Google, for making things like this possible. For us to really have a platform to share some information with those of you who are visiting this channel. You see the topic we're here to talk about today. Who's open? Who's open? Who's actually looking for a better way to do network marketing? Who's open? See, far too many of the people who I network with, who I talk to, who I've met over the past 5 years, since actually coming back to the network marketing industry, too many networkers aren't really open. Too many of you are just not open. You found a couple of people that you like, and this is all you're going to do is you're going to follow them regardless of if you're really making the kind of money you should be making. And if you're not open to a better way, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you think your way is better, I hope it works out for you. But here at Top Networkers Group, we're looking for people who are open. Who's open? Are you open to making more money? Are you open to a better approach to network marketing? Are you open to better ideas? Are you open to looking at our system? Are you open to looking at our idea of how to scale up in business? Are you open to checking out our training? Well, if you're here right now, hopefully you are open. I mean, you wouldn't be here unless you were, right? You wouldn't hit play unless you were at least interested or wondering or curious about what we have. And this is absolutely a requirement in order for us to make money. You have to be open. See, if you're coming to me with a closed mind, there's no way that you're going to be able to understand what Top Networkers Group is all about. There's no way that you're going to commit to working with our team if you're not open. You aren't even going to hear us out. You aren't going to look at all our stuff. You aren't going to give us a chance if you're not open. But if you are open, we've got some awesome stuff for you. We've got systems, training. We've got everything you need to build a solid residual income. Most importantly, we have a plan. We have a plan for you. And again, we're going to put you in the center of the best opportunities that we can find for you to help you build a solid long-term income. You know, one of the problems that network marketers face that isn't really talked about nearly enough is the income isn't really long-term. You know, look, right now there are top earners in network marketing companies this year who will be scraping pennies 2 years from today. That's right. It happens more than you know. And I'm lucky enough to say that I know several top earners. I've met several top earners over the years. I've seen people both rise and fall in the industry. I've seen people's incomes rise and fall. And when those incomes fall, it's not a pretty sight. You know, broke networkers, especially broke networkers with skills, are dangerous people, let me tell you. You know, look, I came up in a company that used to actually preach ethics in business. And it's important because if you're a network marketing company and you have distributors, you need your distributors to operate with morals and ethics, with integrity, because those distributors represent the company. And, you know, it's interesting how that's one of the things that I've noticed that has really changed in network marketing today, at least most of the companies that I've joined and looked at since I came back, me personally, because, you know, again, I got into the industry in 1999. I left the industry in 2004. I came back to the industry in 2009. Okay, right there. So, you know, I'm actually looking at being back now for quite some time. And what I've noticed is companies just don't train the same, you guys. A lot of companies have poor training. I mean, look, so many network marketers who aren't open to hearing this will never understand this very important thing here, that training matters so much. And when you join a company that doesn't have it, every one of your networkers, every one of your distributors, every one of the people that you bring into that company, they are going to be suffering. They are coming in at a disadvantage. It does not help your money, and it doesn't make sense, especially for network marketing. Again, you know, the model is set up in such a way to where if I tell you to do something, it's not going to hurt you, it's not going to harm you, it's going to help you make money, right? Unfortunately, today, too often, somehow, again, we have these leaders who are telling you stuff that's going to make them money, but not necessarily will make you money. And for example, it's, you know, ideas like join one company and stick to one company. That's not going to make everyone money. That's going to make money for a few people, not for everyone, you guys. And I'm telling you, one of the main reasons why is money. People get into network marketing to make money. They don't get into network marketing to spend money. So these companies that put you on auto ship for products, for health and wellness products, these companies are actually doing what is known as front loading. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the industry right now on the legal end you want to pay attention to. There are some things that are changing, and it's going to affect a lot of the companies that have auto ships built into the compensation plan. Again, there's some fascinating stuff. And if you're not really even getting good training, then do you know to pay attention to that kind of stuff? Are you really being told to study your industry, or are you focusing on just your company, just your opportunity? You know, if you are, your upline is doing huge disservice to you as a business person. Okay, now this helps them tremendously, right? And they'll sell it to you as if that helps you, that they're helping you focus and whatnot. No, you need to focus on a couple things though. You need to focus on whatever your goal is, whether it's financial or whatever the financial is going to help you acquire or get to. If it's time freedom, if it's being able to pay off debt, if it's being able to put people through college, you know, or to just take care of your family, whatever the end goal is for making money, that's what you need to focus on, that you're going to reach that goal. But the second thing you need to focus on is that you're going to go through whatever you got to go through to get to that goal, that you're not going to quit or go back to a job, right? This has to be a mentality shift. This has to be a commitment, a focus to be free, to be a business entrepreneur, to be someone who is not clocking in for the rest of your life. So first and foremost, you need to understand that those are the things you focus on. Now, how do you accomplish those things? How do you accomplish that goal? It may be through being a distributor in a few of these MLM opportunities. You may be able to both sell a product and or a service to enough people and also build a network of distributors who are doing the same to have enough money coming in to eventually do those things that you have set forth for yourself, those goals, those financial goals, those time goals, those freedom goals, these things you have said you want to accomplish, these things that you'll never get working a job, clocking in 40, 48, 60 hours a week. You might like your check, but the time so many of you have to give up in order to get it, is it really worth it? Is this really how you want to spend your life? And again, this is just a question that we used to ask when we do the hotel presentations, and we could all be in a room and witness the answer to this question. Because I don't know where you are right now, but I'm going to ask you a very important question. Who do you know that has worked a job for 40 years and retired rich? Okay, look, we used to ask that question in hotel meetings. The rooms would be packed with people, and we'd have everyone raise their hand. Who do you know that has a job? Everyone would raise their hand. I know several people that have a job. Laughs would ring out throughout the room because it's such a silly question. So many of us know people with jobs. But then check this out. How many of you know people who worked a job for their entire life and retired wealthy? And the hands throughout the room always would go down. There would be maybe 5 or 6, depending on the size of the room, who left their hands up. And those would be the rare people who had financial literacy and were taking their paychecks and were putting stuff aside and were investing and were doing other things that you can and should be doing as well. But most people in the room, the hands go down. And I'm pretty sure that's the case right now for those of you, most of you who are listening. There's probably a handful of you, no pun intended, who know someone that retired wealthy. But most of us, the vast majority of us, we don't know those people. And some of it is just because we're not around the information. Who's in your network? Who's in your circle? Who are you hanging out with? Again, this is why these leaders who are saying, focus on your company, they're doing you a disservice. Focus on your growth. Focus on your growing of your financial literacy. Focus on knowing your industry. Know your industry. When I talk to people about the fifth wave, I just cut a video the other day on how uneducated network marketers are. And I actually titled it that way on purpose. I know it's going to rub people wrong when they read it the first time, but of course, if they listen to it or, they read the title, because a lot, shockingly, a lot of people don't actually watch videos. They just read titles, which is amazing. It's a new study. Look that up. This is something that they found, that most people are actually not even watching videos. They read the title and they comment based on the title, which is crazy to me. But I titled it that way on purpose because, again, this is training. It's psychology. You get people's attention when you're doing stuff. Learn what you're doing as well. So I get your attention, and I'm talking about a subject that is near and dear, the education of network marketers. And in that video, I was speaking on how whenever I get to talking about the fifth wave of network marketing, I lose people. 90% of my audience gets lost. That goes over their heads because they don't know their industry. They know about a company that they're in right now. They know about the leaders in that company. They know how much money those leaders are making in that company, but they don't know too much else about the industry. And right now it's an interesting time, the internet or whatever. And so, some of the leaders who are in these companies, they've been in these companies for 4 or 5 years. People can find out that they used to be with other companies 3 or 4 years prior to joining. And you can see that there are a lot of people who have been around for a while, and that one of the reasons that they're able to rise to success in that current company is because they put so much work in along the way. But yet and still, how many people are still preaching that get rich quick stuff? That, hey, all you got to do is throw money at the problem. And hey, all you got to do is join this company and all your problems will be solved. There's so much more to it, you guys. And unless you're open to even learning about that, you're never even going to pick that up. So I want to congratulate you if you've been listening for all this time. I know you've learned or heard a couple things here so far already that I'm sure are going to help you in your journey to success. And one of those things that I really want to get across to you today is this phrase, who's open? Okay. This is how you really can determine who is open to making money with you, by actually asking people, are you open? This is something we teach and train inside of the 1MLM system. For those who are part of our team, who are part of our growing network, who have watched that training. I hope you're applying it and seeing the results. Again, what happens all the time in business, and I'm going to show you a screenshot here in a second, is people get into these companies, and companies that do provide tools, because I don't want to knock all companies. There are several companies that do give out good training. Some give out good tools. Some give out great training and great tools, right? Some give out nothing. It's just what happens. But one of the things that happens is people join companies and they don't always apply themselves, right? This is not a job, so you're not going to get fired, but you can sort of fire yourself by not applying yourself. So people don't read, they don't go through the compensation plan, they don't learn, all the different qualifications. They don't really have a good handle on their business. And then what happens is they get caught trying to explain their business to people. Because see, this is what most people think they're supposed to do in business. They think they're supposed to go out and explain the business to prospects. And this again is why so many people suck at network marketing. This is why so many people don't get results in network marketing, because that doesn't work. But people think that's what they're supposed to do. And again, unless you're open to learning a different way, then you're going to continue doing that. No matter where you go, no matter what company you join, you're going to continue to what we call fire hose your prospects. When someone asks you what you do, that's not your cue to explain your business. But this is what most people think. They think that's my cue. That's my opportunity. I'm an XYZ company. We sell such and such product. It's made in this state, this country. It's got these ingredients in it. It's this much per month. We'll get you on auto ship. I know thousands of people who've lost weight using it. You guys have to stop doing this. Okay, and if you're working with our team, I need you to stop doing this. I need you to stop representing this team as an amateur. I need you to be a professional. What you respond to someone who says, what do you do? If you really want to pique their interest, if you really want them to take a look, you say, well, are you open to taking a look at some information? And then you be quiet and you wait for their answer. And they're going to tell you, sure. What kind of information is it? And let me just do a side note. If someone says that to you, you're not dealing with a very highly intelligent person. Right? I mean, again, they asked you what you do. You responded, well, are you open to looking at some information? It should be a given that it's information on what you do. But you'll be surprised at the things people will say to you. And that is why you ask them, well, are you open to some information? And you be quiet so you can hear what they say. Because their response is going to tell you who they are. Do you really want someone in your business asking silly questions? Maybe so. Maybe you're going to give them a chance. You're going to be a fair employer. Because again, as you're building your business, what you're really doing is you're interviewing potential business partners. Not everyone is qualified to be in business with me. And some people think that's an ego thing. Some people will say, well, who does he think he is? Who does he think what makes him think he's so special that everyone can't be his business partner? And it's unfortunate that there are people who think this way, but that's part of the game. If a person does not understand how important it is for me or anyone in business to be picky about who you do business with, then perhaps they are also not qualified to do business. Not with me, at least. Again, I don't know what your standards are. If you're working with Top Networkers Group, we want to be the best. We want to work with the best. I've met so many people who, again, are turned off by that, and I'm okay with that. If you're listening to this, please know, if you're turned off by me being serious about business, and you say you want to work with me as my partner, but you want to tell me how to direct my ship. I'm not sure that's partnership, especially if you don't even have a ship. And this is part of the game. This is part of the profession. You and I, we sort for people who aren't going to give us a hard time. I don't want to work with anyone who's going to give me a hard time about business. Do you? So you ask someone a simple question: are you open to taking a look at some information? And then you just wait for what they tell you. Simple, right? Right? Because building a business is simple. Too many people complicate network marketing. If you're going around explaining your business to people, you are complicating network marketing. How much time does it take to ask someone, well, are you open to looking at some information? How much time does that take? Versus, I'm an XYZ company. We sell XYZ product. It costs XYZ. It's from this state in this country. It's got these ingredients in it. It's the best ever. Let me show you 1,000 people who lost weight using the product. Which is faster? So many of you like speed. So many of you are in a hurry. Well, what's faster? What's better? Someone says, no, I don't want any information. You say, well, thank you. That's what I do. I sort for people that are open to looking at information. Appreciate you. Oh, really? What kind of information is it? Sir, well, you just told me you weren't open to looking at it. So unfortunately, I hate to tell you this, but it's top secret. If anything, you'll create curiosity. And it's okay if people are curious. In fact, you want curious people, because if they're curious, they'll look at the information. And ladies and gentlemen, to be totally honest with you, in network marketing, that's our entire job, is to get people to look at information. Again, most of you, because you're not educated, because you're not studying your industry, because you don't have good training, you don't understand that your job is not explaining your business. Somebody might say, well, Al, why are you making a video right now? Well, this is training. This is for my team. This is for the people that want to call me 24/7 and are upset because I can't hold their hand and answer their phone calls. This is my way of testing you. Here's my advice to you. Use phrases that work, like, are you open? As you're talking to people. And not only that, go through the training videos that we supply you with in the system, because these things are going to teach you everything you need to know about this industry. Be a real student, because if you're a real student, we can spend more time together, because now I know that when I'm talking to you and when we're talking about building, we're actually on the same level. I'm not losing you when I'm talking about the fifth wave. See, I need to catch people up. And I don't have time to do this with every single person I sponsor. Guess what? If you really want to explain things, make a video. Make a presentation. And when you're out talking to people, prospecting people, you say, hey, are you open to looking at my latest video? Are you open to looking at my latest video on a business that I just got into? Are you open to taking a look at a vehicle that I found to help me accomplish some of my financial goals in life? Are you open to going into business with me? Yeah, I need you to take a look at a video I made earlier today. It explains everything. I don't have time to explain it to you right now. I gotta go, but call me back if you like the information. This is how you build a business. This is how you approach people. This is how you talk to people in this business. Just the other day, a guy approached me who used to work with a company that I won't name, and he works with a group of people within that company. And for about 3 years, they were, gung ho about that company. Well, sometime last year, they left that company for a different company. And one of the gentlemen who was networking with me a lot, he, basically kept trying to get me in that company for like 3 years. He hits me up and tells me that they're going over to the company. They really want me on board. And really and truly, all that is Al, come join our downline. We never took a look at Top Networkers Group. We never listened to anything you had to say with the $10 business, that the social network that went out of business. We never took that seriously. We never listened to anything you're talking about, but we want you to join our business because naturally they want to leverage me. They want to bring me in so I can go to work and bring people in. They can capitalize on my efforts. And again, this is one of the issues I have right now with network marketing is there are too many people who are about self. We're not really looking at the best ways to build our businesses. And these guys are some of those focus on one company kinds of people. So they're not really open to this way of doing business. We've already established that. And so I turned the first guy down. And it's been maybe 6 months or so since I spoke to the first gentleman. The second gentleman who's part of that network, part of that team, there's about 4 or 5 of them. He approaches me. Just says, hey. I say, hey, what's up, man? What's going on? Not too much. And, he's not really being too aggressive, sort of laid back. Just waiting for me to ask him how his business going, so he can tell me that he's with a new company now. Him and the other 3 guys, and they went over to such and such company. And hey, would you be open to taking a look at the compensation plan? And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's nothing particularly wrong with them doing that, right? After all, that's how you build a business. You approach people, you find out who's open to looking at some information. But my response back to the gentleman was, I talked to your partner a couple months ago. I knew about the move, actually, all about their company, and I wouldn't be open to taking a look because I've already seen it. And just like I told your partner, frankly, neither of you have been open to taking a look at anything that I'm doing. And I'm mostly working with people who've been working with me. And again, this was just an answer that I would give to anyone because I'm a real dude. And I want to encourage you because I know sometimes you're listening to this and you're like, well, I don't want to be a robot. I don't want to be a robot. What you need to learn how to do is to take this information and apply it to how you are. You don't have to change who you are too much, at least. I'm being respectful to the person. If you're, not a respectful person, I highly recommend you become one, right? Personal growth does matter. Okay. That being said, sometimes we have to have these real conversations. And one of the reasons I was doing that is I wanted to really see what his response would be. And his response was something like, all right, well, I don't want to bother you. Oh, no. First he said, oh, well, I'm sorry for your experience. I would let them know that, he's not, he hasn't taken a look at anything. And, sometimes guys like this, they sort of, they get real pompous. Oh, I'm sorry for your experience in the industry. Right? See, I guess he translated that as I'm not making any money. Yeah. And it's funny because again, shout out to all the folks who do work with the team, and some of the people who aren't part of the top networkers group, but just work, individually through various programs that are promoted by the team. You know, I've been blessed. Again, there's a lot of folks who have made no money at this. I've been blessed. This has been a good industry. Now it could be better, right? And I realize that stuff that we're talking about is a little difficult. It's a little different. And the mission of simplifying this often falls on me. And, again, I haven't always done the best job of making this stuff simple, right? But that being said, if you're open to what we're talking about, then you're going to roll with us through the punches, through the beta. Really and truly, that's a lot of what we've been doing too, is beta testing. When we rolled out the one MLM system at the end of 2012, I thought it was ready, but really and truly, it wasn't ready. Even our team at the time wasn't ready, right? And so a lot of things have happened over the past couple of years. Some programs have come and go. Some things have been moved off the shelf. And right now we're about to enter a phase where we're adding the conversion pros. Again, check that information out in the description. Some awesome tools that I believe are going to help really take our team to another level. Because again, you need these things. You need to be using autoresponders to follow up with a list. You need to be building a list. You need to be approaching people the right way so that they'll get on your list, right? And so these growing pains that we've been going through, we thank everyone who's been aboard. And we look forward to where things are going. We look forward to where we're going to be a year, 2 or 3 years from today. And right now, you have an opportunity to be part of that. You can be a leader within our organization and help transition the industry into this 5th wave. But more importantly, help us be better as network marketers. Help us get to a point where top money makers aren't just preying on people and aren't just saying hello to people just to pique their interest about a business. See, I'm going to be honest with you. While I appreciate people approaching me all the time about businesses, you can really tell that a lot of these guys who are still doing it that old school way, hitting people up individually, they're not even doing that the right way. Because relationships matter. See, again, when we're talking about an email list, if someone opts into your email list to an autoresponder, you should have several emails going out to that list. And we give you list training. I've made some list training videos. Hope you watch them. If not, please do. Where you're going to learn. You have to take care of that list. You got to contact that list, email that list, reach out to that list, invite them to get to know who you are, try to get to know who they are. Right? When these people add you on social media, you got to find out who folks are. Everybody's got different personality types. You need to know who's motivated by what. Everyone's not motivated by the same things. Look, folks, this is what you get with good training. And if I'm losing you, if you're lost, if you don't understand what I'm talking about, please know what that means. It means you need good training. But are you open? Are you open? Are you really open to good training? Are you open to spend hours and hours of your time learning so you can earn more money, so you can be more effective, so you can be a better business partner, so you can get results in your business? Everybody should be able to sponsor 3 to 5 people in an opportunity. If you're a superstar, you're putting in 10, 20 people, sometimes more than that. But the average network marketing, people are struggling to sponsor 2 people right now. That's crazy. But it makes sense. There's way too many opportunities. We're way too scattered. What we're talking about here is bringing us all back together. And we know everyone's not going to come along. We know there are people who are already copying the idea. They're trying to make it about their network and their team. They want to brand their team and everything. And, look, that's fine. Okay. It just confirms that we were right in the first place, that we've been right in the first place, that we know where things are going. And again, you can either work with the best, with the originators, or you can go work with the copies. See, the copies are still going to be figuring out stuff that we've already figured out. They're going to be testing out stuff that we've already tested. So look, I want to thank you because look, if you're open to working with this team, what you want to do right now, you want to go to 1mlmsystem.com, or if you were referred to this video by one of our partners, please get back to them and get their link for the 1MLM system. What we don't like are sponsor shoppers. So if someone told you about this and you try to sign up with someone else because you think that that's going to be better, no, we don't even want to work with you. Sign up with the person that referred you. Okay, do things the right way. It's going to reward you in the end. It's going to pay off in the end. All right, you guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you at the very top. Top Networkers Group.